Well, we want to give you a live look this morning at one of the scenes of breaking news we've been following here. As we mentioned, a very violent night here for IMPD, or at least the last couple of hours. 11 o'clock last night, we have a shooting where it was believed to be a domestic dispute, and that is this area here where we believe our crew is still there on the scene gathering information.
Well, in the meantime, we want to wake you up this morning with some better news about our weather. There's some nicer, warmer temperatures that are moving in, along with some drier temperatures? Yes, I think I'm saying that the right way. I'm all scrambled up this morning, and maybe you are too.
It's pretty humid.
It has been pretty humid, but this morning felt like I felt a little bit of a breeze when I got it started.
It felt a little bit fallish out there, which is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
It is fall, first week of fall, by the way. And I think you're gonna love your Friday and your whole weekend forecast.
Okay.
We've been gloomy.
Yeah.
We've got the showers. But farmers now, they've been asked to get out in the fields as soon as it started raining. It finally rained when they want to get out in the fields. But now they can, because they won't get stuck out there. So
that's what your farmer husband or boyfriend will be doing this weekend.
They'll be very
sure.
busy.
They will be in combines out there in the fields.
You're not going to see him for a while. Hey, but maybe they give you some free space. But let's talk about your dense fog advisories this morning. You see them at the bottom of your screen, by the way. We'll continue to roll through those. This is the map version of those. Not everyone has a dense fog advisory, and not everyone in an advisory necessarily has fog that you can't see any point this morning. You know, you're going to have fog banks. So you're driving, you'll get kind of low visibility for a second, and then it'll clear back out, and expect that kind of on and off. But one thing that we check are really the winds, because when you have winds that are at 5 miles per hour or greater, it's really tough for the fog to develop. But notice we have no more wind in Muncie, Indy, Bloomington, Greencastle, and Lafayette, and that's where we have some of the thickest fog this morning. Look in Muncie down to 3, down to 1 in Anderson and Greenfield, down below a quarter mile in Marion. Richmond's still fine, but we have a little bit more of a wind at this moment, a little bit more patchy outside in parts of Wayne County, down to 3 in Bloomington, down to 1 in Greencastle, and 1 in Lafayette. So watch out for some patchy fog. You can actually see some of it off in the distance, but downtown's right. All right, we're sitting in the mid 50s now. Dew points have also taken a hit. It is cooler and it is drier out there this morning. And a couple 40s are now popping up in the map from Noblesville to Tipton. Good morning around Crawfordsville is 48, 50 in Zionsville, 51 in Carmel and Fishers. Good morning in Shelbyville is 55, and 55 reporting in Seymour. But let's go ahead and get to traffic this morning. Nice, quiet, dry start. You're not worried about the weather other than a little bit of patchy fog. But one thing I want to give you a heads up on, as of 10 o'clock last night, they shut down the ramp from I-70 West to 465 North. I want to show you what that camera looks like. You see the yellow flashing lights there. So you know how you get off to get to 465. You can't use the right-hand side to use 465 North. You can use 465 South. If you need 465 North, just drive under the overpass there, hop on Shaylin Avenue, and you can reconnect farther to the north. Then we take you to the southwest side of the city. You could use Kentucky Avenue, State Road 67 to get yourself to Decatur Central. Decatur Central will be hosting the Plainfield Quakers tonight. A lot of big games. We'll have lots of highlights. Good luck to the athletes. Julia.
Thank you, Matt. Well, as we shared at the top of our show, it's been a violent night across Indianapolis as police have responded to at least 3 shooting scenes since 11:30 last night.
And we know 3 people have been shot on Minnesota Street. This is near Keystone. And a woman was shot and killed on John Jay Drive near 38th and Mithofer. But we want to begin this morning at Tuck Court, where officers were called there around 4:30 this morning.
Our Marina Silva has been at that scene for about an hour. I know you've been working to get some more information about the apartment or townhome complex that this is in. What can you share with us?
Yeah, we've been here, like you said, about an hour, and actually just within the last 5 minutes, I saw multiple police officers actually come and bring out evidence bags and put it into a vehicle. So we know that they are still investigating. Right now, we do know 1 man was shot in the head. He is at a hospital in critical condition right now. They are speaking with another man. They do believe this is a possible home invasion as they're still working to investigate. So I'm going to show you a little bit about what we're seeing right now. There's multiple police vehicles here. Now, earlier we did see a man in handcuffs. He was put in the back of a car. We are told that that's standard protocol anytime that they are doing an investigation like this. They do believe that it's just those 2 men involved. They're still investigating, as I said, but I actually just spoke with someone who lives in the apartment complex. They did not want to go on camera, but they said this specific part is actually pretty quiet. It's actually in later parts of the complex where they're seeing several police vehicles pretty often, and police did confirm that they've been to this specific complex multiple times. for shooting investigations. We are actually at the Knoll Ridge Townhomes complex.
Thank you, Marina. I just want to clarify for a quick second, because at the top of the show, we did see what you just shared, and we saw a person that was being put in handcuffs, and you said that that person is being detained. They've not announced any arrests in this specific case just yet, have they?
They have not announced any arrests. So as far as that, that's just standard protocol. Anytime they're talking to someone they have to transport to talk to somebody, they do put them in handcuffs in the vehicle. So we don't know if that person is a suspect. We don't know if that person is a person of interest. That's still under investigation right now.
All right. I know you'll be continuing to gather information and share it with us in just a bit. Thank you, Marina.
Now, that second incident happened just about 2 hours ago. We know that a woman was shot and then died at the hospital after being shot inside an apartment complex on the far east side.
This is at the Amber Woods Apartments on 38th and Mithofer, and IMPD shares that this was what they believe was a domestic incident involving possibly that woman's boyfriend. The victim was pronounced dead at a local hospital just after 4 this morning, and they say that the suspected gunman did leave the scene, so they don't have an arrest in this case either.
But police do say they believe it's an isolated incident and that there is no immediate threat to the public in this neighborhood.
Well, besides the obvious that a life has been lost, is the numerous amount of people that are affected. All the family members, I don't know if there are any children involved, but I would surmise that she was probably an aunt, very possible, friends, co-workers, etc. So, and this is now a permanent thing that has happened that cannot be changed.
We'll, of course, continue to track any updates here and bring you the latest as they become available.
This is a developing story this morning. Metro Police are investigating an overnight shooting that left 3 people hurt.
Police tell us this happened around 11:40 last night. This is on East Minnesota Street near Keystone Avenue, also in Indianapolis. The 3 victims, we understand, are adults and are all expected to survive.
Metro Police say right now the victims are not cooperating with officers, but they hope to offer more details to us later today. Police are still looking for a suspect involved with this shooting where 3 people were hurt. If you have any helpful information that you can help, that police can use, you can call IMPD or Crime Stoppers and remain anonymous.
Well, 6:07, and we do know this morning over 100 people who police right now believe have committed crimes are in jail after a massive law enforcement operation.
This was a huge team effort between IMPD, state officers, even federal officers. Let's get to Anna Chalker now in studio with what police found during this operation. Good morning.
Good morning, ladies. So most of the people who were arrested were wanted on warrants for violent crimes, some of them even murder. And one of the youngest suspects, only 16 years old. This was called Operation Guardian. It was a multi-day mission playing out in neighborhoods all across the city. And what you're watching is video provided by IMPD of one of those arrests taking place. And between IMPD, the FBI, DEA, and other agencies, officers found 29 guns, 3 machine gun conversion devices, drugs, and nearly $60,000 in cash. The FBI says finding these criminals is something they've been focused on for months now. And IMPD Chief Chris Bailey says this won't be the last time they do this.
If you're committing violent crime in Indianapolis, our collective message is this: we will find you and we will hold you accountable, because we're not done.
Marion County prosecutor says many of these people will stay in jail with no bond, and the department will make those final charging decisions. And while this was a lot of arrests at one time, this is just a small chunk of the thousands of active warrants we're seeing across the county right now. So coming up, we'll show you how many we're still kind of looking at and what they're going to look at to do next to make sure really we're closing that number.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Anna. Well, Metro Police say one arrest was connected to a deadly shooting earlier this month. A 53-year-old man is in custody for the murder of 58-year-old Curtis Harris. Police found Harris dead inside of an apartment near 79th and Township Line Road on September 10th. And at that time, police said that they believed that started as a fight between 2 people who knew each other. The Marion County Prosecutor's Office will make a final decision on if any formal charges will be filed. There are some concerns this morning about a homeless encampment. This is on the east side of Indianapolis.
So this is behind a Walmart, and we're also hearing it's been an issue for years, but the Office of Public Health and Safety says his office just actually learned of this encampment, and he calls it a re-established camp.
OPHS says they've asked IMPD to monitor this area and report how many people are living here.
I have not heard about any particular challenges aside from it being, there being individuals there, there's a camp, and that there's a lot of maybe trash in the area.
A spokesperson for Walmart says this isn't a new problem and it's impacted several local businesses, not just theirs. Leaders with Streets to Home Indy say they haven't been contacted to help with this particular encampment. Indianapolis has become a city, we know this by now, for big concerts, big games, and even bigger crowds.
That's right. So leaders say the core of our city is showing signs of strength. The Downtown Indy Alliance says record-breaking tourism and economic development are really driving the progress here.
There's also room for improvement, though. A survey finds some groups still have an overall negative view of downtown, including older adults and people from surrounding counties.
We have to continue to elevate the downtown experience, leveraging what makes young, diverse, and downtown-centric populations love downtown, and meaningfully addressing challenges to building an even broader coalition.
The City-County Council created this Downtown Economic Enhancement District, which is dedicating money for things like cleaning crews, beautification, safety ambassadors, and homeless initiatives around our city.
Well, more than 4 months after 3 little girls were reported missing, their killers' remains are identified. The sheriff's message to the community.
James Comey indicted on federal charges this morning. His response after the break.